Hey guys, happy Sunday!
Hi everybody, it is a Sunday.
Yes it is, Sunday eats and treats.
Sorry, we're 15 minutes behind. We said 4 o'clock and it's now 4:15 because I promised you I would read the recipe right this time. And I should have read it prior to this. I wanted to make the brownies and I knew that and I saw the ingredients, but looking at ingredients and creating the meal or the item that you're going to make, those are two different things. Because looking at ingredients, great, you have all those ingredients, but did you see how much you needed?
Or
and how long it's going to take? So, this is good. Good lessons to learn from me about these recipes. I can't ever blame Jody on this because I'm the one that says, hey, I want to make this. I'm always the one that says I want to make
Lately,
something.
yes.
So anyway, it's going to take me a bit here, but I'm going to put some things out. And what he's doing right now while we're going to talk is he's cutting up some cocoa. So basically it's the baker's chocolate. It's 100%.
Yummy.
Yeah, it's 100% cocoa. And we're doing 2 bars of it because the recipe calls for 225 grams. But I promise you, I read it, and it says 113 grams, okay, per box. But putting 2 together is 226. So I'm not sure why they want 1 gram off, but we're not going to be picky with the chocolate because I'm not going to figure out
The more chocolate, the better.
Figure out what 1 gram is off. So the recipe says 225. I add 2 together, that's 226. Oh well. But this is what you want to get. Okay, the baker's 100% cocoa. All right, so while he's doing that, and he's actually going to put that all in this pot because we're going to melt it down. This is coconut oil and the 226 grams of Baker's 100% cocoa, and we're going to melt it down to make the sauce or the chocolate, I guess. So anyway, while we're doing that, he's going to put that all in there.
Okay.
And I'm going to make sure I read the recipe right. I've got my little handy dandy phone. Make sure I got it. Okay, yeah, rubbing your hands together. Be careful because it's very chocolatey. So
yes, it is.
So you can't.
That means I got my snack for later.
It means you're going to get chocolate on everything.
No, that means I'm going to have a snack for later. I just licked my fingers.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so he's going to do that. While he's doing that, I'm not going to worry about the rest of the recipe at the very moment. I just want to make sure. Oh, yeah, I'm going to be melting that down a little bit. Okay, but we want to talk to you about the rest of getting your head in the game. Okay, so it's not the rest of it. There's a couple more topics from that, but we covered
vision and focus.
Yeah, we talked about getting your head in the game first, and then your focus and what's your vision. Yeah, your vision and focus. And now we want to talk about commitment and being committed to it. So
are you committed?
So whatever your
nobody wants the C word.
Well,
some people.
Yeah, well, I think that we start off committed.
Yes.
Because we were like, yeah, that sounds great, but how do you stick to it? That's the hardest part, right? Sticking to the whole thing of like, okay, I want to get to this goal, whatever that goal might be, but then staying motivated to finish that goal.
When I think about staying committed, it's now January.
Keep cutting.
I am. Now it's January 21st. How many people started out with New Year's resolution and you're still doing them? Mm-hmm. You know, I mean, are you staying committed to that? So. Well,
and I mean, I have to confess, I already I said I would read some things every day, and I haven't done it every day. But does that mean I stop? No. That just means, oh, yeah, let me recommit. Because that's the whole point, right? Is like we're always going to end up finding some roadblock. Whether it's an illness, whether it's a financial situation, whether it's,
kids events, kids getting sick.
Or some things that happen in our lives that make us go, whoa, wait, I got to put that on the back burner. Sometimes that happens, and that's okay. So, but it's going back to it and committing again. So how do you commit? And the one thing that Jody and I would always think about is, why are we doing it? What's your big why? Why do you want to, okay, let's just talk about health and fitness, or being healthy. Why do you want to eat better? Why? Is it because, I want to get into that dress? Okay, or I want to I've got a vacation. Those are great goals. There's nothing wrong with that. But I think, to me, it has to be even more, bigger, because I feel like I could start making excuses and saying, well, I can buy a bigger size. It's not a big deal. Or I kind of made it to it. It's all right. But is it because, hey, I want more energy for my kids. I want to be healthy again because I want more energy for my kids, so I can live a long life with them, run with them, play with them, or hey, I want to do this because I've seen what happens to my own family and my own parents, and saw what their life was like when they were unhealthy, and that's not what I want to have for my kids. And so it's kind of like it's almost like what hits you in the gut that makes you commit. I'm going to let him take it from there, because I'm going to go warm this up.
Well, I think one of the things that I was thinking about as you were talking is, years ago, I got talked into, after many years, Oscar Williamson would ask me, hey, Jody, you need to do the Ironman. And I'm like, I'm Ironman? Do I look like an Ironman? I'm a little midget dude. I don't want to run, bike 56 miles, swim a mile, and run 13.2. And every year he would keep asking me, and I'm like, so finally, I'm like, you know what? All right, I'm going to do it this year. So I had a full year of training, and it was every day hitting the pool, swimming my laps. I had a plan for running. I was biking an hour to 2 hours a day, and I had in my mind this vision of what I wanted to do. And some days what I found was that at first, I was really excited about it, and then the minutia of training and staying with it kind of started getting a little old. But the nice thing was that all of a sudden I started training in the winter, and so, going and getting all cold from swimming and stuff, but then it warmed up, and I was able to take nice long rides on the bike, and so I started looking forward to being out there, and it helped me stay committed. So those things that help you, keep you on track, keep you motivated, reset your brain, and give you something to look forward to, make it a lot easier to stay committed. And sometimes, honestly, you get yourself into a situation where you have to stay committed. And I'll give you the perfect example. When I did my first ultramarathon with my brother-in-law, Derek, I got 17 miles into it, and I was feeling miserable. I was like,
How many miles is this ultra?
Well, it was, I had 32 miles to go, so I was just a little bit over halfway, and I wasn't feeling good. My stomach wasn't feeling great, and in my mind, I'm like, oh man, how am I going to get through the rest of these miles? And finally, I just said to myself, you know what? You're not in a race. You're in an adventure. And so let's take a break. Let's regroup. So I sat down. I'm like, you know what? I'm going to change out my socks. My feet are a little moist. And so I changed out my socks, got some food. I'd probably sat down for about 10 minutes. And then just kind of reset my mind, reset my body, and said, all right, I've committed myself to this. I'm halfway through. There's no other way but that way. So I recommitted myself and picked myself up, and the rest of the race, I felt phenomenal. I mean, just a great race. And so I think a lot of times you're forced to stay committed, but other times it comes from inside. What do I really want to accomplish? What do I really want to do? And I'm going to stay committed to that goal until I achieve it, even through the minutia of all the things that aren't necessarily the things that we love to do. So.
Well, and that's true, because what we just said, that the goal, the why has to be big. So what was your why about doing that?
For the ultramarathon? It was just something that I wanted to do with my brother-in-law. I mean, for years, he'd been doing ultramarathons, and what am I doing? Okay, crack to it. he'd been talking about.
Wait, I just cracked 2 eggs into this.
Okay.
That's the chocolate.
All right, that's the chocolate. So it's just for years I'd watched my brother-in-law do these ultra marathons, and he's a serious ultra marathon runner. I mean, we're talking 100-milers, and he kept trying to encourage me and invited me to do it, and I went and ran with him a couple times, and I'm like, you know what? I think I can do a 50K. So that's what I committed myself to do, and it was really because I was motivated by seeing somebody else doing it and wanted to give myself a personal challenge of seeing if I could run a 50K. Ooh, that thickened up nice. So, all right. So what did you just add in there?
2 eggs.
Okay.
And the coconut oil that was in my pot is 1/4 cup and 2 tablespoons. And then I just added 2 eggs.
Okay.
Of
that stuff's thick.
Here, use this now. 2 eggs and 3/4 cup coconut sugar. And then I'm adding now, because I'm reading the recipe, the coconut palm sugar and coconut powder.
Look at that yummy goodness.
So coconut powder, cocoa powder, 1 tablespoon cocoa powder. Go ahead.
Okay.
And then this is 3 tablespoons of cornstarch, but you can do 3 tablespoons of arrowroot if you want to keep it true paleo. So.
Okay.
Let's mix all that in. So if you need to use a different,
oh, this is
that
working
did not
out
go
great.
all in. Here.
Okay.
Sorry. So I guess with the whole thing about commitment too, it's like, you know that you're going to hit a roadblock. Just think about it. Anything we do, anything we're trying, sometimes there's always some kind of little obstacle. I guess not everything, but I don't know. I mean,
everything you hit a roadblock.
There could be like time, whatever. So let me just tell you, just picture yourself in a corn maze and go, hey, if you're ever in a corn maze, you know that you're always going to hit a dead end, right? You're going to hit a dead end. But is it really dead? No, because there's another way. There's always another way. So don't let that area or don't let that roadblock stop you. You can, in a corn maze, you can get up on the bird's nest and you can kind of look down and see. So that's called help. Get help. So this doesn't mean that it's not like, I mean, heck, on the marathons or anything that you do for races, there's always an aid station, and that's what he did. He got help. He got himself some help so that he can continue and finish.
Well, and the thing I like about the bird nest is it gives you a new perspective on the course that you're running. Right, you're running in, you hit a wall, and then you run this way, you hit another wall, and you hit another. Go this way, you hit another wall, and you're like, I'm frustrated. What do I do? And then you hit the bird's nest. You get up, you get a different perspective of the maze, and then you can go down and tackle it and stay committed and get through the maze. So.
Yeah. So that's good. There you go. So that's our take on committing. Figure out your big why, and remember that you can always recommit. You just take a break and recommit.
That's right.
Okay, I'm gonna have him put this batter in there. Is that pretty good?
Yeah,
mixed
it's awesome.
in. It looks really good.
Yeah.
So we're gonna press it down into this. We just lined. It should be an 8x8. This is 8 inch in circumference because
it's 8 by 8.
Yes. It's square pan usually, but we're using my little circular pan, and it's lined with foil just to make it easy to come out. So here's the deal. This is a salted caramel brownie. The thing about it is that I need to do the salted caramel, which takes about an hour to make, and that's the one thing that I didn't foresee. I read the ingredients, did not read the recipe. I should have made that sooner. So I'm going to do that now while this is baking. It says it takes like 50 minutes to 60 minutes to make the caramel sauce. So I'm going to start that, and then it only takes like 20-25 minutes to cook this. So we shall see when we come back. Probably, we'll keep you posted. We'll just put little posts in there saying, yep, coming back in 20 or coming back in an hour. So, but I want to tell you what the recipe is for the caramel sauce, just so that you know what I'm going to add. I've got a whole, hang on, I'll show you this. Whole can of coconut milk. Can you imagine? This is like wonderful ingredients, but this is like full of fat. I won't.
Is it healthy fat or just fat?
Oh yeah, no, it's coconut.
That's
so
right.
It's healthy fat.
It's a healthy fat.
It is a healthy fat. It's just a lot of it. So we're not going to drink this, but we're going to make a caramel sauce with this, with some maple syrup, with some honey, and some salt and vanilla extract.
There you
and that's it. So I'm going to be doing that, and we can talk about that later too. All right. So we're going to bake this. We'll come back in a little bit. Thanks, guys.
Have a great afternoon.
All right.
See ya.
See ya. Oh, this smells good.
Yeah, it smells really good. Oh yeah, look at that yumminess.
This is the caramel sauce that we're making, and it's full fat. And then it has a combination, 2/3 cup combination of maple syrup and honey. And then, so basically I did a 1/3 cup of honey and a 1/3 cup of maple syrup. And then it has a teaspoon of vanilla and about 1/4 teaspoon of salt. And those are the main ingredients. That's all that's in this. And so I want you to see this. I don't know what it looked like before, but this is kind of where it's at right now. So what we did was we simmer, and then we lowered the temp, and it was like a light, kind of like, I'll show you this right now.
It's almost
see
the color of the thing.
See the color of, well, it's actually the color, it was the color, it's even lighter. It's almost the color of this spatula.
Yep.
But, and then it's going to reduce, the milk is going to reduce down as you keep it on. The reason why is because it's kind of it's a caramel, so you want bottom, and that's what gives it the color and flavor. So if you can see right now, it's still turning in color, and you don't want to disturb it very much. So, but when it gets closer to this time, as it's getting this to kind of start mixing it more. So before, we kind of mixed it every 5, maybe 10 minutes at the most, just kind of stirring it along, but you don't really want to disturb it too much. But as it's getting closer to the end of this, which has probably been,
It's been about 20 minutes because I set the timer to put the 20-25 minutes.
15.
Yeah, because I just put the brownies in.
Okay. 15 plus 10 minutes ago.
Yeah, about 10 minutes ago. So it's been about 30 minutes.
Yeah, so this is cooking for about 30 minutes, and it's getting really close. So depending on your pot and depending on your heat, we have a gas stove. So depending on your pot and your heat, see how it just like now, I incorporated all the burnt parts. You couldn't really tell, and it's like in there, and it's thickening up more. Now it's that color.
And you also know it's getting close as it's starting to get glossy.
The sheen is glossy, and then it starts to color like that, like a caramel color. And even from the first, well, gosh, it wasn't even 5 minutes ago, to now, it's getting darker and darker. So we're gonna like keep continuing to cook this, probably another. Well, that looks delicious on it.
Yeah, it looks super yummy.
Hey
guys,
we're back.
Yes, we are.
And it's done. Well, let me move it over so you can see. I'm not going to see an empty plate.
No.
That's hot.
It's
so
warm enough.
It's been cooling for 10
Look
minutes.
at that.
That's the brownies. And then we poked holes in it so we can put the caramel sauce. And here, show them what the caramel sauce, since you're closer.
Okay.
That's the caramel sauce. Careful.
Yeah, I'm going to.
Yeah, that's what it did.
Look at that. Yeah.
From the white coconut milk to reduce down to this caramel sauce. Now, I didn't know I can make a healthy caramel sauce, so this is awesome. And it probably took a total of 40 minutes when we were done. It said 50 to 60. For us, it took 40 minutes.
Yeah, so, that's probably right. Yeah.
Now, we let the brownies cool for 10 minutes, and this was kind of cooling too, the caramel sauce. And then you poke holes, and then you take, it says 2 tablespoons of caramel sauce, and drizzle it on to where the holes are and all those things, right? But I'm like, 2 tablespoons? Like that
I'm
was
like,
one.
just drizzle it.
That's not enough. I was like, what?
Yeah, I'm like, just take that and go. Zzz.
No, I'm not gonna do that because then you'll smother it. But you're supposed to be able.
And there's a problem with smothering with caramel.
I'm putting it in every single hole.
Okay.
So I'm gonna mix it up, and I don't know. This is how I want to do it.
That's fine. Okay. She's the boss in the kitchen, so and everywhere else.
As long as he knows that. Okay, now we're going to just cut a piece. Okay,
we're not going to put more on there?
No, because you're going to put more on your piece.
Okay. More on my piece, that's good. Okay.
So let's just cut it. Careful, this is foil. It's lined with foil, so. Oh, and it came out clean earlier. Is it still coming out clean?
Yeah.
Just careful when you're cutting, you don't
Because
draw
I'm in a
it
hurry.
through. Yeah, don't be in a hurry because you're gonna
Sorry, I'm in a hurry. I want to try it. Oh,
Okay.
that's dark.
Yeah, you didn't hear me say that? So this is a dark chocolate. Well, if you think about it, that baker's chocolate is like 100% cocoa and the only sugar in there, and there's no milk in the
You wanna
brownie.
make
No,
that?
I want to have a brownie. So he
I'm
messes up our
trying not
nice.
to cheat.
Look at our nice plate. It got screwed up
Well,
because he just like wiped that
Sorry.
on there. Now I can't take a picture on this plate.
Well, get
We'll do a
another
different one. Oh, it just broke. Or did you cut that there?
I cut it there. I tried to get
Let me
bite
get some.
size.
I'm afraid I can't pick it up because it looks like it's too hot. Is it still too hot?
Nope, I can pick that up.
Okay, so the other thing is, you can take your, because this is a salted caramel, look at that.
Look at that
Super
yumminess, nice and dark.
Okay, there's caramel sauce already on it, and actually the picture shows the caramel sauce not like, it is a different color. Well, it is a different color on here, but once you pour it on here,
You can't even tell.
you can't tell.
Yeah.
So, here, we want more
I
caramel
think
sauce.
ours is a little darker.
No, it's just like a see-through.
Okay.
I don't know. But we're putting more caramel sauce. Now, salted caramel. Do you want to put a little salt on here?
Yeah.
So it says just like, it says to put like, what's that called? I don't want to.
Sea salt?
Yeah, this is sea salt. So this is Himalayan salt. But it says to put on a little. You think you
Okay.
can pick it up? Or you want to use a fork?
Probably.
Okay, well, we'll use a fork. I'll try this one because it's bigger. Wait for it. Hold on, I gotta get mine. Oh my gosh, it's falling apart. Ooh, it's really moist.
It's, yeah. Okay, ready?
Hope it's good. It's very moist. Do you think we need to cook it longer?
Nope, not at all.
Yeah, because it's gonna set. I think it's just hot.
It's hot.
That's good. It's a dark chocolate.
It's definitely dark.
Mmm.
I'm gonna try just this.
Just a caramel.
Yeah.
Let me pour some on here and then I'm gonna try it.
Oh yeah, that's good.
It is
The
good?
caramel's yummy. I like the caramel.
Oh.
I like the caramel.
It's got a coconut flavor.
Oh yeah.
This, and if you don't like
No,
dark,
it does have. When you eat it, yeah, you can definitely taste it. Oh, I could eat that all day.
if you don't like coconut, no, sorry, if you don't like dark chocolate, you're not gonna like this brownie because it's very dark. But it's good.
Hold on. I don't like dark chocolate, and I like this brownie.
Really?
Yeah.
You don't like dark chocolate that bad?
Well, I'll eat it. I'm not a big fan of it, but I
You
like.
have chocolate all over in your teeth. I bet you I do too.
Yeah. Here, I'll kiss it off. No, I'm not a big fan of dark chocolate. It tends to be bitter,
Oh, yeah, this is not bitter.
but this is not bitter. It's got a nice dark chocolatey flavor with the caramel. I
This is
like
good.
this.
Big man's world.
Finally,
Hey, big man's.
2 weeks of bad recipes, and kudos to.
No, the fries weren't that bad. Anyways,
They
big
weren't
man.
that great either.
Big man. No, they weren't. Big man's world. This is a hit. Good
Yeah,
job.
these are awesome.
That's a great healthy brownie. Very healthy because it's got good ingredients. But I wouldn't say it's low calorie.
No, but it is paleo, gluten free,
Vegan, dairy free,
vegan.
and dairy free.
Yeah.
So don't use the cornstarch though. Use arrowroot so you can make it paleo.
I like this. This is actually really good. The more I eat it, the more I like it. So, but
Okay.
it did take a long time to cook. But
Oh,
we
no.
were cooking carnitas anyway.
The
So
part that was a long time was a caramel sauce. And that really didn't take a lot of attention. You just had to put it on there and just make sure that you stirred it every, 5-10 minutes.
Yeah.
Just kind of looking at it. Otherwise, it was okay.
yeah. So this one's a keeper for me. I mean, it's definitely thumbs up.
Hey, next week, we're going to talk, next Sunday's Eats and Treats, we're going to talk about executing your plan and your vision of what your goal is, okay? So Jody is going out of town. He's going to Florida
Yep.
for a
We're
business
gonna
trip.
try to do something remote together. We're gonna experiment this weekend, so it may just be Judy, but I'm gonna try to chime in. So
All right, everybody. You guys have a wonderful Sunday.
Thank you, and thank you, Gina. Hey, good to see you. Thanks for joining us. I see her pop up, so you guys have a great Sunday.
Take care, guys. See ya.
See ya.
I'm going to enjoy more.
I bet you will. And we haven't even had dinner yet.